Okay, I'm going to try this again. Hopefully with any luck at all. Oh, gotta turn the key on. Like I say, with any luck at all, we'll get going here. First time riding in over a year. Had a few heart issues. 3 ambulance rides. 2 plus surgeries, call it 3. We're putting stents in. And that follows stents from years and years and years and years ago. And the final trip, emergency ambulance ride down to Abbott. Found one that was completely collapsed, one old one that was put in like 8 to 10 years ago somewhere. And because of that, it collapsed. They put me through an emergency open heart surgery. 3 arteries got bypassed. Successfully, I may add. And the problem, a lot of the problem is where they took the veins from to convert it into arteries. Several sore areas of my body, let's put it that way. But the fact that I can get back out riding a bicycle again makes me a happy camper. Hopefully I'll be able to get my grandkids back over to take a little ride with Grandpa. This is going to be a short ride, so I'm not sure of my stamina yet. This is rush hour. It's like 4:45 or so. It doesn't look that bad to most people, but for Shakopee, this is rush hour. Yeah, I hope the camera's working. There's a light there, so I'll just assume it is. We'll obviously find out when I get home. Tires feel very low on air. And I failed to check those. Well, when I get back, they're not flat by any means, but they seem to be low. Every doctor, nurse, physical therapist that I've talked to so far have all commented on how well I've done. But it's because they say it, I still don't want to push it to the limits. So just be an easy, gentle ride. Thank you. paths no different than the roads. Texting, not truly paying attention. I believe the camera that I'm using now is a GoPro 8. It's supposed to be more stable than the 7, but the way this thing is mounted, I'm pretty unhappy with the new mount I bought. Hello. I don't know how well that's gonna see that, but we're gonna try something. And all I'm gonna do now is turn around and go back. Like I say, a triple bypass, in case you don't know, they open up your chest right down the sternum, pull it apart about 8 to 10 inches, and start putting new arteries around, or taking veins out of your leg or hip or wherever, and placing those to go around the blocked areas. My daughter made a joke with the surgeon and said, "I'm glad you were able to find some that weren't blocked." There's some truth to that question, but everything went very well. There was one part right after surgery where they put the drain tubes in, and one of the tubes was pressing up against my left lung, but no one knew that, and the pain was incredible. Beyond anything I could ever describe, or beyond anything I've ever experienced. And every breath you would take, it'd make it worse. And they wanted you to take deep breaths because you need to clear out your lungs after a surgery like that, which I would try, and of course made everything worse. Between 3 and 5 hours later, I'm not sure truly the time, it seemed like days, but in that time frame they finally figured out it was the tube rubbing up against my lung. Prematurely pulled out that one tube, and that relieved the pain, and from that point on everything has gone great. But just the fact that I'm back on a bicycle again might not have a lot of meaning to most people, but for me it's quite a bit. This electric bike, I bought it so I could get exercise. The overseeing doctor at the hospital, I asked him about riding bike, and when I told him I had an electric bike, that stimulated a lot of conversation with him, and he likes them a lot. He thinks it's probably one of the best forms of a way for people getting of age to exercise, because it gets you out and about, gets you in the sun, gets you fresh air and all that good stuff. But you do get, I don't want to say a lot of exercise. It's up to you how much you get, because you can pedal the thing bare if you want to and not use any of the power of the batteries, or you can just use the throttle and get to where you want to go without pedaling one time. And the majority of what I've ridden so far today, that's what I've been doing. But you get going at a certain speed, faster than the pedals will grab, so you can just sort of pedal but with no resistance. So you're getting some exercise that way, I guess. Unfortunately, these bikes are not cheap. They've gone up a lot since I bought these. I bought these in 2000. Yeah, it must be 2018. I bought the first two, and I bought 3 after that. And they went from $1,500 to a little over $2,000. And I'm sure it's all tied into shipping and inflation and all those bad things, but that's where it lays. So got a hill that's going to be coming up that will require no energy from me. It's going to be battery all the way. And it's probably the main reason that got me thinking about getting an electric bike, because I wasn't experiencing all the heart problems back then, was the hills. I knew from years and years ago when I was riding bicycles, I always dreaded a hill. Now I see a hill and I just sort of chuckle, thinking of the days gone by where it wasn't easy to go up a hill. Now the bike does that, and flat ground, they can pedal with ease, or even then, still like the electric run. But right now it's strictly electric. I'm doing no pedaling at all there. Like a dummy, I didn't look at the odometer. 65. This bike is the Rad Power RAD back tire bike. First one I bought was a little too big for me, but that's the only size they had. And I made it work, and then what, a year later or so, year and a half later, they came out with the